If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Let me just give the our topics overview, so which we are going to cover into the entire session, or in the entire sessions, of course. Yeah, we can see we have the in the basically in the first four sessions, I am going to give you the overview of the EWMs and what are the organization structures required in the both ECC and the S4 side, sorry, in EWM side. And then we'll have some overview on the master data and how the data is going to be transferred between the ECC and the EWM system. And then we'll just see the what are the basic processes are there in the EWM, in the how the goods received in the EWM system, and what are the process flows we have the in EWM, internal, outbound, and also we have the inbound processes. So this is just to give you the how the EWM modules the works. Okay, so you'll have all this initial four sessions. You'll get the idea how the EWM system works, and then we will have all the these are the additional topics which is required in EWM to how to what are the frameworks and what are the development tools SAP provided in the EWM to manage some handheld devices, and also to do the reportings in the EWM. Then we'll have the something to communicate with the external systems, what are the interfaces or what are the automation components, interfaces, or tools SAP has provided to interact with the some external systems, like in warehouse we have the automation systems, carousel, conveyor systems. So to interact with those systems, how SAP means what are the integration tools SAP has provided, those all the tools, what is the technical details required in those, that part we are going to cover. Okay, then we'll see the what is the technical architecture of the EWM, how the standard SAP has developed the SAP has provided the architecture of the in EWM, how the processings of the deliveries happens from the technically from the EWM, from the, we can say, S4 system or ECC system to the EWM system. What are the baddies inside that which are we need to focus on? So all those thing details, so technically we will going to see how the what are the classes, what are the we have function modules, methods, which is SAP has provided, or where we can do the some additional customizations in case of the doing the changes into the RF or the post in PPFs. So in all those topics we are going to cover into this whole in course of the EWM technicals. And also we will just touch upon the SAP Fury, how the in EWM SAP Fury, what are the new apps SAP has provided, come up with the, and also we will just see how SAP means RF in the SAP Fury, that also new features SAP has come up with. So that we'll just give the some touch up on the Fury in the EWMs. So this is what overall topics we are going to cover. And yeah, once you get to know all these topics, then I'm definitely sure that you will be able to work on the each and every part of the EWM. So mainly our focus will be on the purely warehouse monitor, how it is built up, framework of that all, then RF, then we'll have the PPA post processing, then we will have the delivery processings and warehouse logistics, how the deliveries mappings from the SAP EWM to this. So these main topics I'm going to cover, which is very much required to understand. So for the, as a technical people must know that. And then we will see the how what are these material flow systems to communicate with the automation components in the warehouse, what is the web services, what are the things which need to know in the technically. Okay, so that all things we are going to see, and then we'll see what are the function modules, methods, baddies, programming standard guidelines in the EWM. It is not something normal ABAP we do, right? So that uh, it is slightly different. Difference. It's not that much, but it is slightly. There are some way to do the codings into the EWM while doing the enhancements or the um, in the EWM while doing the customizations also. Yeah, we'll see all those topics. So if you have any doubt query, you can just do you have the option to raise the hands? I don't know. If you have, you can just ping me or you can call me. Yeah. Hope it's clear to everyone the agenda of the whole course.
Yes, Rohit.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Let's start. Uh, Yeah, let's start with the overview of the EWM. In the today's agenda, we'll cover the overview of the EWM. Let's see. So this is a disclaimer. Yeah, and then in the agenda, we are going to cover the what is the warehouse, why warehouse management system is required, what are the key objective of the WMS systems, history, how the WMS systems has come up in the picture. Then we'll see what is the extended warehouse management and yeah, where is the extended management lies, where is the EWM lies in the whole SAP supply chain uh, processes. Then we'll see some comparisons of the systems, then futures and releases and EWM system landscapes. So this is the agenda for the today's course. Yeah. Now you can see what is the warehouse. Okay. So the warehouse is nothing but we can say the uh, it's a uh, building, or we can say it is a just a one store which will be lying nearby the plants, or we can say it is just distribution centers where all the goods will comes into and stored into the warehouse, and then it will be again distributed to the customers, or we will just if we have the production plant. So in that, whatever the goods are getting, finished goods are getting produced, that all goods it's going to be stored into the one warehouse. So that storing of the all goods and receiving from the goods from the external vendor, so managing the goods into the one location, so that we can say it's the warehouse. I'm just going to give in the very simple language, not in the our book language. So we can see we'll have the trucks comes, then put the stocks into the unloading, and that all stocks into the warehouse, and then it will again distributed that to the respective customers. Yeah. So this is just simple definition we can say of the warehouse, how it is be there. And so whole course of our EWM extended warehouse when it is going to be of this all part. Okay, so what is how the goods are getting managed, how the staffing in the warehouse, and who is going to do what task, how we are going to laboring labor management, handling of the labors into the warehouse. And it will have the very big warehouses with some big clients will have the warehouses very big. So where people it's not for the supervisor of the manager of the warehouse uh, easy to manage all this stuff. So if you don't have the any more structurized systems available into the warehouse, so to manage that all those things, so SAP has come up with the EWM module. So separate EWM module SAP has come up with. So this is going to interact with the all sales module, sales and distribution module, from where we are going to take out the stock and provide it to the sales and distribution uh, team through when they are going to sell to the customer. And also it is communicated with the material management department, from where we'll receive the stock from the external supplier, or the from the plant. uh, so it is going to also will have some quality management to do the any stock quality inspection into the warehouses. It is going to interact with all the SAP sub modules like a HDMM, then PP, PM, QM. So all those models, it is going to interact with from whichever departments we are going to get the stock or into the warehouses. Okay, so this is, we can say, the very end uh, of the ERP for the material management, or for the sales and distribution also. So this is the end part of the all our ERP system. Uh, yeah. Then we'll have the why.
Yeah, Rohit, I
Yeah.
raised my hand. I have a question here.
Yes, please.
So, does WM have any impact on FI? Is it integrated with FI
No,
or
directly.
does any?
Directly.
Okay.
Yes, it is not interacted directly with the FICO, because the
Mhm.
stock is owned by the either it will be the material management team, or it will procurement team, or it will be owned by the your sales team. So
Sales. Okay.
yeah, so once here in the warehouse, we don't have the directly interaction with the FICO model. The billing
Yeah.
part will be of course will be handled in the by the procurement or by the sales team. So
Okay.
we, yeah. Yeah. So why WMS system is required? As I said, see, uh, to manage the stocks, or to manage the all the materials which is going to comes from the production plant, or the from the external supplier. So clients are now, I had worked for one of the clients, which is the European client retailer, biggest retailer clients. So they were having the more than 400 acres of warehouse. Okay, so they were getting the all the stocks all the way from the Bangladesh, Philippines, and raw. It is a retailer client, so they all the stocks they were getting from the via transportation, and to the all the way to the Europe. And in the Europe, one place they were having the one warehouse, and all the stocks used to come into that warehouse, and through that warehouse they used to send all over the Europe. So to manage that that much big of the warehouses, it's in the proper way, and optimization, keeping the all the stocks properly into the warehouse, stopping, and that all these things is going to be it's getting very difficult to the it will get very difficult to the handle if you don't have the warehouse management, proper warehouse management systems available into the place. Okay, so to manage complex, very very high, let it be high, very high complex warehouses, so SAP EWM has come up with such solutions that it can support with a very high complex warehouses. Okay, generally if you have the pharmaceuticals warehouses, so you will think how much products they will have. So to manage those kind of warehouses, or you can just consider the medical store. Okay, this is the simple we can say. So how many kind of medicines they will have into the warehouse, they will keep, they can keep and for the in which place, what where which in at which place which medicines has to be kept proper way, proper managed way. For the suppose the some products might expired soon, or some products require the fridge to store. So specific areas where proper areas somewhere that products should be managed in the proper way. So for that all the things we will require the proper warehouse management system. So SAP has given the solutions where uh, they can it will get the customer or the clients to get the in the one one point of reporting point of view, the tools, and they can just see the what is going on into the warehouse. Yeah, what are the KPIs and all those. SAP has come up with the very proper KPIs provided into the SAP EWM. Yeah. So for that things uh, will require the proper warehouse management systems. Then we can see what is the like a key objective of the warehouse management systems. We can see the high customer services. SAP has providing the proper in the satisfying the services to the customer to how in the they will get now the SAP with the new features. Yeah, they have the on the mobile also they can just see the for what is the how much stocks in the graphical ways also. Yeah, they have the means what is the where the how stocks in the warehouse, and how much stock is the in transit, means how much stocks it is in the in process, and that all the KPIs SAP has come up with the proper way. Yeah. So then standardization of the processes. SAP, as you people know, the SAP always come up with the based for standard process, standardizing processes to understanding the most businesses business processes from the all over the world, and then standardizing that those business processes into the in the SAP system. So already SAP has come up with the most of the advanced processes which is uh, has provided into the complex advanced processes into the WMS systems. So already SAP has come up with not need to the client to do the any customization for the some advanced processes. Then as SAP has come up with the proper some advanced processes, standardization processes, so it's automatically increase the efficiency and the productivity of the warehouses into the warehouses. Then we'll see the reduce the you have the proper processes, standardization processes managed into the warehouse. It will automatically reduce the inventory and the labor cost into the warehouse. Then it will be again easier for the manager, warehouse managers or the leaderships to see the do the decisions, and see the visibility of the stocks we into the warehouse. Then if we have the like bigger warehouses which has the mostly automation processes, and to interact with the automation components, like in the warehouse you will have the carousels, you will have the mini loads, or you will have the some uh, cranes, big cranes where person the human cannot reach. So your cranes will take those goods and put it into the higher rack of the uh, into the rack those products. So if even though if it is the fully automated warehouses where human interactions will not be there, will through the crane conveyors and those SAP is supporting to the all almost all the automation systems which were available in the world. Okay. So it will automatically the scalability and the stability of the uh, processes is supported by the EWM system. Let's come
Okay,
up with
Rohit.
yeah.
So when you said customer service, right, it
Mm,
is before sales, not after sales, right? When I customer service, right?
yeah.
So it is not after sales, it is before sales, correct?
So you see, this is something it's not related to the sales. Okay, this is something to the client. Okay, so sales teams will just place the order. Okay, and then to get that stock till the goods issue, to get stock till the load into the truck. Okay, once stock is loaded into the trucks and goods issue is done, then that till that part how stock will come. It's very uh, suppose sales team said, or in the today evening, I want this much of the stock to be transferred to the customer. But if you have the very big warehouses and very big processes to get all those stocks related to the customer requirement at the 11th hours, so to get that stock into the on the time into the truck, okay, then that till the stock get into the truck, that process for client, for for that processes, SAP is given proper process to handle, or to getting the stock out from the warehouse till the uh,
Okay.
handed over to the sales team.
Okay.
So it is not
Got
something end customer. It is for EWM. It will be like you can say H&M. H&M is the customer. So for them will say the customer. But for H&M, the end customer will be different.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Please,
Yeah, you can.
you can just yeah. Once I end the topic, you can just ask questions. Yeah, because I'm not able to see the notification, guys. Huh? Yeah, I don't know how much visible for you people this. So yeah, we can say these are the some history of the WM systems, and SAP has started from some around the 2005 or 7, if I'm not wrong. It started with the yeah, yes, EWM 0.5. Some was just handling the basic processes of the in the EWM systems, right? So earlier, before that, there was the in the ERP system itself, WM modules are were available. So in WM module, we there were only receiving the stock, then put away and the picking. That's it. Those only processes were available. But as SAP has come up with the EWM system, then it was handled by, it was supporting some additional processes into the warehouse, like rearranging the goods and the uh, how the uh, warehouse the store monitoring of the stocks into the warehouse. So with that, all some basic processes SAP has come up with the in the very initial version of the it's came in the EWM 5.0. Then it's come with the EWM 5.1. With that, it's had come with some additional processes or additional you can say labor management, warehouse cockpit, then batch management. It was supporting then MFS, material flow systems. So with all these additional processes, it comes with the from the 5.1. Then SAP later come with the around 2008 or 9. It's came up with the SAP EWM 7.0, where it's again provided some additional processes we will with the graphical view of the warehouse layout. Then production, it was started supporting the production supply, then merchandise distribution, the task interleaving. So these all the some processes we'll see. This all the process, what is this, I will give the whole process of the I might know you might get confused what are these processes. So we'll have the one uh, session on these processes, yeah, going forward. Then so it's come up with the some every year SAP has comes with the some additional versions with the some additional processes. Then now latest processes with the SAP has it is very latest one. It is the 2021, okay, S4 embedded server system with the S4 2021. And with the, again, it has come up with the some very uh, more lot of favorite apps SAP has introduced into that latest version. So they have mainly focused on the favorites apps to get its scope into the EWM system. Then yeah, from the 1908, sorry, 1808. So SAP has coming with the 1808, means it is 2018. Then in 1909, then it is 2020, then about 2021. So every year they are going to come up with the one new version, yeah, or with any additional packages into that. So now they have started. Earlier they used to have with the 7.0, then 8, then 7.1 for every quarterly, yeah. But now they are coming with the every yearly, yeah. So this is something you can see the uh, releases earlier, how the very first releases no only storage unit, and how much what are the processes in the ERP system SAP were supporting. Anyone has any queries or anything on the WMS systems?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. As I said, you what is the what is the extended warehouse management systems? Okay, so with the extended warehouse management systems, SAP has come up with the all along with the standalone the systems. Okay, it is now we'll have the all together different server systems module. As I said, it is comes with all together to the one new systems, and which will going to handle all the complex warehousing into the supply chain networks. Then it is fully integrated with the all other models in the SAP, as it is SCM, supply chain, or CRM. Then also it is BI, okay, enterprise portals, SAP SDMM. Then we'll have the PP, PM, quality management. So with it is integrated with the all the system properly. Then also it has the very new enhancement functionality over the ERP system, very much new and very much advanced. So with that, clients can manage the highly complex warehouses, highly complex or very high, very big volume of the stocks. We managing all the stocks into the warehouse proper way. So yeah, and also it is does not replace the ERPWM. If it is some client has the very simple warehouse, just stocks comes, they puts into the floor, and then they take out it. So for those customers, it is not required them to come up. SAP has provided the option to just you can they can continue with the old WM, and it is again we can this also can combinedly interact with the a WM system as well. Yeah, because in ERP, suppose some big clients in the some plants they has very simple warehouse, yeah? And then so in the some other plants they have the complex one. So they will not come up with the they will say for the simple warehouse just keep whatever it was there earlier, and for the new warehouse, so for new plants where the complex warehouse management required, then they SAP can go and do the EWM implementation there, or they can apply the EWM module over there. So for them, they will get clients will get the some benefits to reduce the cost. And yeah, so all this for in the EWM systems, SAP has provided those options. It can communicate with the any other systems, yeah, and also internally it has the very fully integrated with the all other SAP modules. Yeah. Then let's see where the SAP extended warehouse management system lies into whole SAP ERP uh, what we say ERP or the in the processes of the business where it is lying. The warehouse management systems comes under the supply chain SCM server. Okay, it will come under the SCM server, and in the SCM you'll have the some global ATP planning forecasting. Then you'll have the transportation management. You'll have the GT global trades services. So in the whatever the all the supply chain processes, that is the one of the um, uh, supply chain AWM, we can say, or warehouse management is the part of the supply chain process networks. Yeah. So here SAP's warehouse system lies. Then we'll get the from the customer CRM. Okay, once customer directly and the end customer of the clients directly just order the some uh, goods, and then that ordering that goods, it will come all the way to the EWM systems. So then EWM system will process that order, whatever it is comes from the customer, take out the stocks from the warehouse and put it into the trucks. And then once it is handed over to the trucks, then again it will be back to the CRM team to uh, transfer it to the end customer. Yeah. Then if you have the like all the material management, sales distributions, and exchanging all the details to the EWM systems, this all the data transfer into the systems, it is done QRFC. Yeah. And everything in the EWM system to interacting with the uh, uh, be it to the SAP CRM, SAP SDMM, all the communication, all the some except the master data. Yeah, master data for some standard master data. SAP has given some IDOCs, so that through the IDOCs and QRFCs, yeah, all the transactional data will be transfer or will be received back into the ERP system through the QRFCs. And the master data, exchanging the data of the master, it will be done through the IDOCs. Okay, we'll see into details what are the like QRFCs and what are the standard um, in the technical point of view, what are the IDOCs SAP has provided to do the exchange of the data into the ECC system and the warehouse management system. Now, with the latest one, SAP has come up with the S4 HANA. Okay, so S4 HANA, it is again in the S4 HANA, it is come merge SAP system and also the merge into the ERP system together. So it will be all together one box. Also, it has a decentralized options where like warehouses are very complex and big, and it will be the very high volume warehouses, so stock of the high volume warehouses, that for those clients are going to keep if they wanted to keep separate server system box altogether, they will have the options of the decentralized into the same as for HANA system itself. Yeah. So so exchanging data with the decentral, with the central embedded, it is having some different approaches. So we'll see into the going forward how the what are the different approaches SAP has provided to do the exchanging of the data between both systems. So in this we'll see where our SAP SAP warehouse management systems lies into the supply chain management. Yeah. Any doubts? Any query?
No, Rohit, I think I'm
Yeah.
I'm good. If anyone else, guys, if you have any queries, you can raise it. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you can now. Thank you, everyone. Uh, you can see the some comparison. Okay, in the very initial stage, the what are the SAP, just we're having the IM managed storage locations where we'll have just there were no any the managing stocks just comes into the storage location and just put it on the floor and take it out from the that storage location in the IM management. You can see all this functionality in the IM, how what are the which are the functionality was supporting by the which systems. We'll have the you can see the comparison. You can see this bean management over supporting by the WM system, then placement strategies, removal strategies. So placement strategy, removal strategy means it is put away strategy, and the removal strategy, okay, picking strategy into the warehouse, the picking logic, replenishment, how the replenishment. I will explain all this strategy functionality, yeah, in the details going forward. What is the replenishment into the warehouse? You'll get confused by seeing the replenishment word. So it is in the WM system till here. Ad management, yeah, you can see standard RF technology and this simple RF technology, standard mobile technology, and the handling of the storage units were supported by the WM systems, and ad management also supported by the WM system. Then enhance configured RF technology and with the advanced features in the RF. The then it was supported only by the EWM system. Task and resource management is expected goods receipt process. Then we'll have some value added services into the warehouse opportunity. Cross docking is something. uh, Suppose stocks just comes from the production line, and it is before putting into the warehouse itself, there is a requirement to move out that stock, or put that stock to the uh, uh, give that stock to the customer. So that is cross docking, means it is stock will not come into the warehouse, but it will just directly transfer to the customer, or it will be directly transfer into the some other warehouse of the client. Then we physical inventory into the warehouse, that dynamic cycle counting into the warehouse, that the advanced functionality, unloading of the transportation unit, and then deconsolidation, some process functionality we have, slotting, rearrangement, labor management. Then we'll have some additional functionality also, integration with the transportation management, and then also advanced shipping and receiving. Now SAP is come up with some advanced functionality which SAP EWM supports. Yeah, so these are the some functionality, and you can see how much additionally SAP has come up with the some all the way compared to the WM into the EWM. It is we can see the what are the additional functionality SAP is supporting into the EWM. So client nowadays you can they are preferring to come into the EWM system. If they have going to have even some uh, some complex warehouse management it's required, in that case client just moving out to the EWM. Then you can see in the which are the releases SAP has come up with some additional inbound processes to internal processes and the outbound processes. So on this slide, I will come up when we are going to see the EWM processes into the EWM system. Then in that I will show, come with all these points with what are these processes is nothing but into EWM. You can see all these core processes were there. Then we can see these cross processes, uh, and then supporting areas processes. Some these are the advanced processes SAP has come up with into the all the operations of the EWM. Yeah, we'll come up
So,
with the details. Yeah.
so Rohit, when you say core process, cross, and supporting, right? Like,
Mm.
what is the difference between these three?
Yeah, in the core processes is you can see is once it will have the simple the into the uh, uh, cross in the core processes, it is it's itself into the EWM system. Yeah, and if you have the cross processes, they're like a transportation cross docking, which is and then yard management, the processes which is there uh, out from the warehouse. Yeah, so that is cross processes we had management. Then these supporting area processes is nothing but you will have the warehouse monitor, RF, quality inspections, the pick by voice. These are the some processes which is required to get the proper KPIs, or to for what we say that mm, to get the additional functionality like peak by voice, some advanced functionality to smoothing the processes to of the picking and put away. So those are the supporting areas. Processes will come into the detail. Means, so what are the going, or each process is going to be there. Yeah.
Okay, but are these like are all these part of EWM, or is there any separate activation required to activate these, like a business function or something like that, or is there any additional licensing to activate the cross or supporting areas, or all these are already integrated in EWM?
Yeah, if you are going to have the higher version, in that it will come up with the if you have the like you can see this, the mark is in the which version, with which release, which process were supported. Yeah, if you are
Okay,
going to have the latest one, you will have all this into the one. But if you are going to miss have the any older version, in that case you will not have that process enabled. Yeah,
okay,
it is depends on the which version of the EWM systems you are going to use it into the warehouse. So in which version, in which release, which process SAP has come up with. Oh,
okay,
so now you can see the landscape of the EWM systems since 2016. This is where the landscape were available. SAP in the SCM server, okay, as I said, supply chain management server, EWM systems were there. And it was we can means two multiple ERP systems can be integrated with the one SCM server into our one EWM system. Then SAP also came up with the another options. It is standalone system, not into the SCM server. The SAP has given the option to come up with the all together standalone SAP EWM system itself, which is can again integrate with the multiple ERP systems. And you can have the this in the embedded system. You will see in the SAP ERP system server itself will have this option to merge, or we can say yeah, merge the into the ERP system itself, the SAP EWM server, SAP EWM system into the one. This is into the S4 HANA will have that option. Yeah. Then you can see in the since 2015 as SAP comes with the S4 HANA system. And you can see again SAP has given the again same if whichever clients wants to keep their server SM servers altogether separate and just integrated with the S4 HANA system, that options SAP has come up with the here. And with the very latest new releases, everything will be on the S4 HANA premises. Yeah, my SAP has will also can have the WM and embedded EWM system all together into the one premises. Here also SAP has given the options to keep the all together SAP EWM as a separate system. Yeah, embedded or the we can say decentralized system. Yeah. It is depends on the client, so how they wanted to if it is the warehouse is a very complex and high volume warehouse, then of course customer will not go to the embedded EWM system. It will come on the S4 HANA, but they will have the separate server, yeah, or separate box to. So because if everything is keep on to the one box, there will be the performance issue on the server side, which is depends on the client. So which or depends on the client, the business complexity of the warehouses will be decided. So will how which SAP system should be used.
So it's like if the client has a like the 400-acre retail, right, that you
Mm. Mm.
said.
Yeah.
So in such cases, it is better to have a separate S4 system for your ERP and a separate EWM. Is that the best practice?
Yes, you'll have
Okay.
separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, as I we just in the summary, EWM like will have the no, it is like a very strategic product of the SAP. Most of the leading warehouse solutions are using these products, and they are very much satisfied. It's globally also SAP EWM has captured the we can so it's a very big market in the globally, and it is also like one of the another options for the customer also in the S4HANA system to go with the EWM. And if they are going to have the S4HANA, in that case, I think some basic processes of the EWM systems will not required, right? Another costings and all the things for the another new licensings, that all uh, to come go for the EWM system. So in the S4 HANA itself, they will get all those solution available. So they can customer can go for that solution. Yeah. Any doubt or any query on this on the overview of the EWM? So this initially we'll just see just whatever the things actually how the EWM systems and what are the processes which is required as a even the technical person. So to what is the EWM and what are the basic processes are there into EWM. So from the technical point of view, again for you people it will be easier to understand the functional specs which are functional team is going to provide you. Yeah, because they will mostly use the process terminology while providing you to the solo functional specs. So you must know at least the basic processes of the EWM to understand the requirement.
Agreed. Agreed, Rohit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Something we'll see. Uh, if, we'll see some knowledge check here. Like what is the latest standalone SAP EWM version we have into the SAP EWM? If anyone has idea on it.
9.5 version,
Sorry, it is as I said, it is
version 2021.
yeah, it is 2021. Yeah. Then what are the different applications in the SM servers we have? Like EWM, there were some other applications also provided by SAP into the SAP SCM server.
And
So
SCM,
APO,
Yeah, APO, transportation management. Then we'll have the global trade services, TAF. These all are some different applications SAP has provided into the SCM network. Then, what business challenges client face in the warehouse processes? Any idea?
I think you touched upon that, right? Like having a 400-acre warehouse,
Yeah.
you don't know where your stock is,
Yes.
and if you don't have a proper warehouse management system, you do not know where to put your material.
Yes. Yes. True. Yeah. And then we'll have this in SAP SCM is an integrated part of the SAP ECC 6.0. True or false?
I think
This is
that's
old question
false.
actually. Yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
that is false, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, it's true. It is false. It is not an integrated part of the SAP. Altogether, it is the separate system.
Simple, yeah.
From 9.5, SAP has come up with the integrated part of in the S4 system. Sorry, from 9.5, SAP has given the options to merge the SCM system into the ERP system.
Hmm.
Yeah. So just from the is the your client is going to use the embedded or decentralized system? Oh,
It's a decentralized. They have a ERP system which is still SAP ECC 6.0. So
okay.
and their EWM is decentralized and it is in S4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Decentralized and S4.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And which version it is going to
I
use?
think 2021.
Okay. Okay, you mean to say for a S4 system, EWM system, it is into the S4, but they have the old ARP system.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And currently, the warehouse management is outside of SAP.
Okay. It is totally it is a new implementation, right?
Yeah, it's a greenfield. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take this topic. We'll try to complete this today, and then we'll see the other topics, master data, and that all tomorrow. Yeah. Initially, it will be something. These all sorry. These are all the topics for you people, for the technical people. It's not does not matter much. Okay, but you must have the idea, guys. But mark this note. You must have the idea to develop the solution into the proper way. Okay, because if you don't have the idea on the process or the this basic organization structures, how it is there in the EWM, then for you guys it will be very difficult to get the master data details. Yeah, the which master data is integrated where, so that you must know. And the introduction of the SAP, initially what are the topics and versions, so you should know what are the processes it is covered under. Because now if you see, you'll have the something decentralized solution you are saying, right? And system SAP, the ERP system is older one still. Yeah, so integrated with all this, EWM system is latest, and the old system is the ERP system is old. In that case, SAP in EWM system will have the option to give possible options to support the advanced processes, but that might not support into the ERP system. Yeah, so in that
Mm-hmm.
case again, you'll have some there will be some gap IDs. In that case, you might need to do some customizations while getting the data
Mm-hmm.
from the ERP system into the EWM system. So in such a case, maybe the business people or the all the leader, the architects, so they will try to keep both system with the same version. Yeah, so if you have the idea on these organization structures and the basics of the versions and that, and which are the processes supported into the which version, then for you also it will be become very easier to see, saying, boss, this is going to be complex one, and it is not, if you do one thing as a customization, it might impact to in some other processes, and definitely it will impact. So it is going to be it will go into the very all the your solution very much into the customizations. Yeah, so for you people, we just can give the heads ups, this is going to be uh, impact, or it is going to be screwed up the your going forward the whole systems itself.
So when you said data, is it like only master data or transactional data or
Everything transactional
everything?
data, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is some now in the see, you'll have the what we are going to do into the warehouse, managing the stock, right? Whatever the stocks it is produced by the ERP system or plant, or whatever the stocks comes from the ERP system. There is nothing, we are totally depends on the ERP system. Whatever the things will come from the ERP, that we are going to store, and whatever the things ERP asking, that we are going to provide. We are just managing it, but everything dependency is on the ERP. There is nothing we are initiating. Yeah, ERP system itself is initiating when stock will come to the warehouse, well, and when stock should go out from the warehouse. That everything is managed by the SAP ERP system. We are just what we are in EWM system. Once stocks come into the warehouse, the which way it should be managed based on the stock type or based on the stock categories, whatever the stocks is, the whether if it is the hazardous products, then we'll keep into the some area where the fire will not, fireproof areas, will keep that stock into that those area. And fast moving products, slow moving products into the warehouse, that will be integrated by internal process of the warehouse. But taking out and coming into the stocks, that is nothing but nothing in hand of the EWM, into the EWM. Yeah. So there will be settings required on the product master data level always, to manage such a stocks or differentiate, to manage the stock into the different uh, in different way. Yeah, so that setting will be done first into the ERP system, and then once based on that settings, SAP EWM system will automatically direct, boss, this is the product, it must go to the this particular location, not into the any location. SAP EWM system will directly just give you the uh, location bin where that product has to be stored based on the settings which you are going to do into the master data level. Yeah. So dependency is always is on the S4 HANA
No,
system.
sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I lost you there. So when you say, right,
Hmm.
uh, so in which bin to put the product, so that will come from ERP.
Yeah, ERP, in the ERP, suppose, yeah, you'll need to assign the suppose some uh, products which is having the what we say, uh, fast moving products.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then
Mm.
for to handle the fast moving products, you need to give the some category indicators, right?
Okay.
In the
Yeah. Yeah. In
product,
the material master. Yes,
in the
I
material
agree.
master.
Yeah.
So those indicators can be will maintain into the EWM system, or it can be maintained into the S4 HANA system, right?
Okay.
Why it is something, you'll have the big warehouse, right? One ERP system, but it will have the some one product can be go into the multiple warehouses, right? Because we'll have the client will have the uh, finished goods managed warehouse. So then they will have the, once the all the products come into that warehouse, they will move that products into the distribution center warehouse, right?
Correct.
But in the ERP system, we'll just give maintain one indicator. Boss, one this indicator is maintained whenever and in whichever warehouse it goes, it just simply it should go into that particular type of the bins.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what are the organization structures of the available for the EW for the EWM into the EWM system, and also we'll see the what are the organization structures is required from the ERP system. So in this we'll going to see that. Then yeah, this is the disclaimer. Can just go through it. Yeah, this is the agenda for the this session, for this. Uh, we'll see layout design, warehouse layout design, ERP organization structure, and then organization structure for the EWM warehouse architecture, what is there, and detail level of the organization structures in the EWM. Yeah. you can see the something will have the some kind of this kind of the warehouse this layout. Yeah, so you'll see in the warehouse you'll have the, suppose we can just consider, let me draw the whiteboard. So generally, you'll have this kind of warehouse layout into the warehouse where you'll receive the stocks from the external supplier or production line, where you'll have the inbound staging area. In this staging area, whatever the stock which comes from the production line or from the external supplier, everything it will just put into this inbound staging area, right? Once stock is unloading, it's done from the transportation unit, from the truck, through the doors, and it will just put into the staging area. From the staging area, it will be depends on the stock whatever we received, what kind of stocks it is received. Based on those stocks types, and the SAP will move those kind of stocks into the either into the where it should go clarification zone, or it should go to the quality inspection area, or it should go into the bulk storage. That stock it's going to store into bulk storage, or it is going to store into the racks, or it is going to store into the fast moving sections or slow moving sections, or it is should go to the some hazardous storage areas, that all. Or you'll have this, it should go to the production supplier area of the or into the, these are the different sections. Means in the warehouse you'll have the four wall, inside the four wall, what are the areas, what are the things we are going to were dedicated for this one particular activity. Yeah, so one in the warehouse will dedicated suppose this much area you have dedicated for the to do the always staging of the whatever the stock which receives into the warehouse. So that we say as a inbound staging area. Once the stocks comes into the staging area, then we'll decide whether that stock of whatever the stock it is there, for that whether we should do the quality inspection before it's come to the warehouse. If the quality inspection should be done for the stock, if there is any damaged stock or it is not as per the quality, then we'll have the option to reject that stock. And once that rejection is done, then it should move to the that stock into the some blocked or scrapping areas. Or if it is the stock is as per the quality scenarios, then that stock will again handed put into the respective final bins. Yeah, so it will be differentiated from here whether we should do, suppose when we receive the stocks, like it will receive into the big boxes, right? And then once that box comes, we might need to break that box and then take out the products from that take out the products from that box and put it into the final bins, not directly that box. So that will come again, we'll have some dedicated area here to do the deconsolidation of that box, right? So whatever activity you are going to do into the warehouse, for that you'll have some dedicated areas assigned into the warehouse to perform that particular activity. Let it be your deconsolidation, breaking out the pallets and then taking out the all the stock of that pallets, and uh, put into the water break pallets, and take out the cartons from that box and put it into the final bins. Packing, repacking, rework, or moving, blocking those stocks, everything, for that all the activity which you are going to do will have some dedicated areas, depends on the products which you are going to receive. Yeah, you'll have some bulk areas or buffer areas, whatever depends on the business requirement. So you'll have those areas assigned. And similarly, you'll have some incoming doors, and also you'll have some outgoing doors. Means whenever we received the request from the sales teams to boss these things, so these products we required from the for the customer to be delivered, then warehouse operators will go and pick those products whichever is required. Once those products are picked up from the bins, then you'll have some other processes like uh, whether you need to do some value added services to that product, means packing, doing the kitting, means labeling those product proper in the proper way, repacking that products in the customer requirements way, and do the packing of those products. For to do that activities, again you'll have the some dedicated areas, and once though you do that things, you'll do the staging somewhere here in the from the staging area. And once all the stock is staged here in the outbound staging area, it will be load those into the trucks. And then the trucks once you do the loading of the stock into the trucks, then it will automatically will complete the TU activity, trucks activity, and it will be check out of the transportation unit. Once you do the checkout, then it will automatically post the goods issue to the ERP system. And once ERP system received the goods issue, that then removal of that stocks, posting change stocks entry will be sent into the ERP storage location, and it will be in MMB transaction, that entry will get balanced there. Yeah. So into the warehouse to perform even any single activity. Okay, so for that, capturing everything, each and every activity inside this warehouse, there is a separate process available into the SAP EWM system. And for these processes, to handle all these processes based on the business requirement, SAP has provided some standard processes or standard applications to do all these processes. But in case of the client has some different requirement, in that case, inside that processes, you might need to write the some customization or from customization to achieve that business process. Okay, then to understand as a technical, I will say, once you receive the functional spec, okay, then always try to connect with that functional person and try to understand the in which business process or in which business flow scenario your custom requirement is required. Okay, then you will get proper understanding because SAP for this inbound receiving activity, SAP has come up with some different technical architecture. Okay, SAP has created some manager classes to handle this all the activity from the doors till the inbound staging area, till the stock comes into the goods received zone. You can say goods received zone or staging area. Till here, SAP has given separate manager classes. Once the stocks come into the GR zone, then SAP has developed another separate manager classes or another separate service provider or business aspect. SAP has created some aspect to handle all the internal processes of the EWM. Whatever we have, like deconsolidation, quality manage, quality inspection process, value added services process. We'll have the packing, repacking. So all these processes, SAP has created, come up with some different classes and different methods and function modules. So it is very much required as a technical person to understand the first the business process, and then think on the your customization requirement. Yeah. Similarly, you'll have this sending and receiving. SAP has separate technical architecture, and for internal, SAP has different technical architecture. Yeah, if anyone has any question on this, this is general layout you will have in the such this kind of yeah.
So on the high level, you'll be showing us is the technical architecture for both, or I mean, you said right for inbound it is different, for outbound on a high
Yes,
level. Will
I
you
will
show?
I will go take you through the what are the
Okay.
classes SAP has provided here, and what are the
Okay.
classes SAP has provided, or internally for which process, which classes, and which business aspect, or sorry, service provided SAP has provided. Yeah, you'll have that. I will provide you all those details.
Okay.
And
And
also I will go through it with the important one. I see the delivery mapping is much very much important. Yeah, right. Once we receive the delivery from the outbound delivery or the inbound delivery from the ERP system, how that delivery comes into the EWM system, and in that while doing the, you might have some requirement to from the ERP system, some custom fields has to be flow into the EWM system to achieve some business requirement into the EWM system, right? So how the mapping of that custom fields has to be done, that I will show you. We'll go through that.
okay. And one more question. In case of a plant, right? A plant, if it is doing, production. Uh,
Hmm.
so will your warehouse in if so you will have raw material, semi-finished, finished, and all those things, right?
Right.
So in warehouse we will be considering only the finished, or we can consider raw, semi-finished, everything as part of the
Yes,
warehouse.
you'll have that options also. Yeah, and now with the my new client has that requirements. So SAP has supported those also. If you the warehouse has some particular area, you can see this products and supply something area in the same warehouse. There, one half of the area is developed for the manage the raw materials which is going to into the plant, and then in the same warehouse itself they will receive the finished goods or they will receive the semi-finished goods into the warehouse. To
Okay.
manage that processes into the warehouse, SAP has provided the supported those processes as well. Only thing is
Okay.
you'll have some different business processes which
Mm.
needs to be done for the raw material management
Mm. Mm.
warehouse. Then you'll have some work orders, and that
Got it.
you'll
Got
have,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
right. And for the
Yes.
uh, finished good products, you will have the process orders. That different processes will be again it will be depends on the ERP business processes which they are going to starting process. Again it will be the ERP. For us or for the EWM consultant or for the EWM technical people, we can say our things will start once the goods receive, once the stocks comes into the warehouse, or when we need to take out the stock till the door. Okay,
Got
so
it. Got it.
yeah, integration part and that all things, it is very much, if you know, that is very good. And uh, it will be added value added advantage you will have if you know that whole business process. Yeah, and I'm sure if you properly
Mhm.
go through and properly try to understand these processes, you'll have the opportunity to go as a techno functional. Okay, so initially I will say I was in the same position now which you people are there, in the 2015 or something. That time I was there. So when I put very much efforts, it is something I understood. Yeah, it is very interesting, guys, and it is has very big scopes. Right, nowadays we can say everything is on the e-commerce. So for e-commerce, of course, you'll need to have the warehouse or distribution center. For that, you'll need to have the EWM warehouse management system available there. And SAP already captured the biggest market in the world to handle these warehousing systems. So we'll have a good opportunity to convert into the uh, EWM. Yeah, it depends on everyone who is try to get understand these things properly. You'll have the opportunity that.
Got it.
Mm. Then yeah, and what I will say on the YouTube, okay, try to just search how the warehouse management system runs. Okay, then you will get very much good idea. When I am going to explain you, going forward I'm going to explain the EWM processes, right? Then you will be understand actually how what I am trying to say you. Then you will understand it proper way. try to just you need to see the how the warehouse management system runs and what are the processes available into the system. So it will be easier for you guys to understand whatever I'm trying to explain here. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is the organizational structure in the ERP system. It's required. You can see here. Company code will have the company code entity. Then we'll have the plants. In the each plant, you'll have the storage locations available, and for those storage location, you need to define the warehouse into the. You can have the multiple storage location for the one warehouse. Depends on your business requirement. You can also have the uh, warehouse for the different storage locations from the different plant. Yeah. So we'll have this kind of options available to have the one warehouse for the multiple plants into the multiple storage location into the ERP system. Okay, this is prerequisites we can say to start with the from the ERP system. You'll need to have this defined this entity if you need to integrate with the EWM system. So this is the things required. And now with the latest one, what we are going to do is I will just tell you the what is standard way of the storage location defines in the ERP system when you are going to manage the your uh, warehouse into the EWM system. Okay, then what you'll have the one plant, or one plant you'll have generally you'll have the storage, four storage locations. Okay, like we can say uh, 001D. I will explain all this. 001D. Then you'll have 001 ES. Then you'll have 001C, and then you'll have 001 ES. Okay, so these storage locations in SAP EWM system, you need to define these four storage location if you need to have the stock receives on docks. Okay, means as soon as your uh, as soon as your stock comes here into the GR zone, okay, then the entry posting change entry will be flown back to the ERP system saying stock is received into the warehouse into the GR zone, but it is not available for sale to the customer. Means it just stocks received into the warehouse, but it is not put into the your final bin yet. Then in that case, you'll have the entry into the ERP system GR zone. Okay, the entry you'll get the entry in the ERP system, the stock in the MB. When you see the stocks into the ERP system, because everything is managed into the ERP system, guys. The sales in the storage location level. This is just they stored into the one building. That's it. But the managing of the stock, owner of the stock is the ERP system people, procurement team, or it will be the your sales team. So they will, for them to see where stock is lying now, whatever the stock they received, what they if they wanted to see, they can see this product where it is lying. They will get the entry into the stock storage type. They will see, yeah, this product this much quantity is available into the unrestricted status. Okay, then you will have the entry here when the stocks come into the GR zone. Then entry will come inside this 10 quantity will come into the storage location 10. The entry it is there in the storage location 10. That means that you cannot sell out that stock. It is just received into the warehouse. As soon as you put your stock into the your bins, again another posting change will happen from the EWM system to the ECC system, and the whatever the entry which is there, material document entry moment types will come. The stocks it will just reduce from here it will become 0, it will come here 10. That means the sales teams will get to know by boss in the sales storage locations 001 sales on available. Okay, sales for available, we can just say sales for available the storage location. Then they will get to know, yeah, stock puts into the vinyl bin, now that stock is available for sales. Unless and until this GR stock is there into the GR zone in the standard process, you cannot sell out or you cannot create the outbound delivery for those stocks. It is the standard process, it is not possible to do that. Yeah, so we'll have this entry. The once stock is available for sale, as soon as it is put into the final bin, it will come entry here. The posting change will always happen. So it's whatever the activity you are going to do into the warehouse, the immediately it will into the updation should go back to the ERP system, the in which storage location what activity has to be done. Now this is a customer return. Okay, then suppose as customer send back the some stocks, then that entry first will come here 10 in the customer return, and we'll have the entry into the whatever the customer return has sent stock back into the warehouse, you'll have entry into the GR zone area. Yeah, then this will have the scrapping storage location available. Yeah, then suppose some any stock here you did the some damage stock is damaged or any products are damaged, that damaged product has to be moved into some specific areas. So in the warehouse itself you'll have some scrapping zone available. Once you move that stock from GR zone or from beans or into the scrapping, immediately posting chain entry will come into the storage location, so 001 years. So that sales or procurement team will get to know, well, yeah, this stock is not available for sale as it is lying into the scrapping area, so that cannot be sent to the customer. So generally you'll have this plant, then you'll have four storage location, and these four storage location will be assigned into one warehouse. Okay, this is the standard structure how it should be there into the warehouse. This is a warehouse, ECC warehouse. Yeah, and that ECC warehouse will be connected to the EWM warehouse. So you must have ECC warehouse, and that ECC warehouse will have the storage location assigned to it, and then this ECC warehouse will be mapped to the EWM warehouse, and then whatever the process order or whatever the purchase order, sales order you are going to create, inbound delivery or outbound delivery, whenever it is created against that purchase order for this storage location, based on this mapping, it will automatically distributed that to the EWM system as soon as your outbound delivery or inbound delivery gets created into the ERP system. And for us, most important document in the EWM system is the inbound delivery and outbound delivery. That's it. Once inbound delivery and outbound delivery comes, then no need to worry about any other documents. In EWM, inbound process start with the inbound delivery, outbound process start with the outbound delivery. That's it. These two processes are the main. Then you'll have some, everything is inbound outbound delivery, and then you'll have the, if you need to move the stocks from one location, one storage location into the another storage location, in that case you will require, or one from one plant to the another plant, in that case you will require the stock transfer order. Okay, so for again for that stock transfer order also, if it is the stock needs to be moved from the get from the from another system into the another plant into the EWM managed plant, you will have the inbound process, inbound delivery created for that stock transfer order. And if you need to move the stock from this EWM managed plant into the non EWM managed plant, then EWM system will create the outbound delivery for against that stock transfer order, and it will move to the that non EWM managed system. Yeah, hope it is clear, guys. How the storage locations, how many storage location we have to create if you're going to have the EWM managed storage EWM managed warehouse.
So Rohit, just for my understanding purpose, so whatever plant and storage location we have in our ECC or the ERP system, right? That
Hmm.
should be in sync with your EWM. I mean, both should be synchronized. You cannot have anything additional in one system which is not available in the other system.
No, no, you can have. Suppose in this plant, you will have the extra storage locations to handle some
Mm, mm,
non-EWM
mm,
managed
mm.
products. Okay.
Okay. So let
For
me put
those, you
it
will
this
have the,
way.
yeah.
What you have in EWM, that should always be available on the ECC.
Yes, yes, definitely. You'll have
Okay.
it. That is a prerequisite. If you don't have in the ECC, then you will not have it into EWM. That's
Okay.
the thumb rule.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are just putting this managing the stock, but owner you are not the owner.
Mm.
We EWM system don't know where where to whom to send and from whom to get it.
Get.
It
Okay.
will not. It will be always depends on the EWM ERP system.
Okay.
Okay.
And none of your ECC documents will get replicated apart from your inbound and outbound delivery, right? So in
No.
case if you want to backtrack or see something, then you have to go back to your ECC system only.
Yes, yes. For us,
Okay.
once inbound delivery created, now based on these settings, right? Based on these settings,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
the storage location will be assigned to this EWM warehouse, and based on the if this EWM warehouse, sorry, ECC warehouse is linked to the EWM warehouse, we'll have that setting. I will show that settings to you people. If you have these settings, then as soon as you create the any inbound delivery for these storage locations, it will be distributed to the EWM system. There you cannot do any single change into in ECC system into that inbound delivery. It will not allow you to do any changes. Okay, that inbound
Okay.
delivery will be disable mode. You'll just able to see the inbound delivery details, but you'll not able to do any changes into that, because that delivery of there is no relevance of that delivery into the ERP system. It is transferred to the EWM system, and once we get the updates from the EWM system as inbound delivery, that stock it is received into the put it into the bins, then the entry will come into the ECC system saying, boss, now stock put into the storage location available for sale. Yeah.
So in case if I want to cancel the inbound or delete the inbound delivery, then it means it first has to happen in EWM, is it? Only
Yes.
then I'll be
Yes.
able to do
Yes.
some changes on the ECC.
Yes. It first
Okay.
has to be cancelled from the EWM, then
Okay.
it will come back to the EWM system. Yeah.
Okay.
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 Thanks. And this is the we'll have, okay, but suppose before EWM managed, you'll have one storage location. Before EWM managed comes into the picture, I missed out to mention one point here. You just consider this storage location of this plant before the now you'll have suppose your greenfield implementation, right? Now you'll see in your system also you can see for the old IM managed storage location, you'll have at least minimum these two new storage location created for this old storage. You can consider this is the old storage managed storage location name. Okay, so in the old storage location of the plant, for that storage location we have to create these two entries minimum: 001D received on dock and available for sales. Based on the things we do into the warehouse, that entry will move into the 00D storage location, or stocks updates will be done into 001, yes, sales for available storage location. So for against old storage location, you'll have new storage location be created into the system in the ERP system. Yeah. And if they have the additional supports or additional functionality to customer return process. Also they have the scrapping, also they have the process of the scrapping. Then you will be system your functional people might have created the two more entries for the handling those processes. So against one or old earlier IAM storage location, IAM managed storage location, you will have the four new storage locations created. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and for each storage location again in ECC, for this you will have the FF stock type, FF stock type. You'll have FF stock type, or you'll have here BB stock type. You might know in the ECC we'll have the three or four, five stock types, right? FF, then blocked, then QQ, and yes, or I think three only, right? So stock type means BB is blocked, Q means it is into the quality inspection, and FF means it's for available for sales. Okay, but here you'll have for each store stock type again against each storage location in EWM system you'll have different stock types like restricted and unrestricted. For this it will have the restricted, and for this you will have the unrestricted. That means restricted means you cannot do the sales of that stock, and unrestricted you'll have that one. And here you will have the scrapping, sorry, customer return for again unrestricted, and for blocked you will have the stock type of the blocked here. For quality you will have the Q. So this kind of new stock type only, each against one stock type you can have the multiple stock type available into the EWM system. So that mapping also will be done. Yeah, so just this is a basic important things you must know. Against the stock type only the managing of the stock into the ERP system and into the EWM system will be done. Okay, so to stock type also is a one of the important entity to be understand on these things. So you just try to do some more findings on the stock type or into the ERP and into the EWM system, how the mapping or how the things are there. Yeah, hope it is clear at least from the what prerequisites, basic things in our organization structure which will have newly into the when new EWM managed warehouse has to be implemented. Yeah.
Yes, Rohit. High level, yeah, kind of. We have a,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this work. Yeah.
Yeah, then we can, as I said, it will be like a combination of the storage locations, and we'll have the one warehouse, or it can have the one warehouse can be assigned to the multiple plant and storage location combinedly, or we can have the single warehouse could be tied up to the like multiple plants into the multiple company codes. This all the options are available when you are going to have the EWM managed storage locations. Now you see, as I was explaining, company code you'll have, then plant you'll have storage location, then you'll have the AFS available for sale, then you'll have the storage location for production. Okay, because in plant you'll have the different storage location to do the different processes, right? You'll have the storage location for finance, you'll have the storage location for IM managed stock. Yeah, so you can have different storage location that can be assigned to the warehouse, and then that will come into the EWM system. So these are the some storage location you can see. Yeah, given the some description like for once the received on stock that must allow you to order or commitment to the outbound delivery. Yeah, then available for sales means it is available to the sales. We can, it will allow you to do the outbound commit to the outbound delivery to the customer if you have the stocks into the available for sale storage location. Clear? I will show you the settings. Well, let's try to go through this first. Uh, in enterprise structure, you can see here we'll define the plant. There is already plants is available. We will going to use either this or this plant. Yeah, this is a EWM managed plant. So I will show you. There's the location of the plant. Then these are the storage locations for the plants. You can see here. These are the storage locations created, returns available for sales and EWM issued on docked. You can see this raw material storage locations. The whichever storage location is required, that you can just have it. Then we'll have this is the 101 storage location is created for the EWM. Sorry, warehouse is created for the EWM managed, and we'll see where this link is assigned. Here we can see the assignment plant to the company code 100. Company code is assigned to the plant 101. Now you can see here this all the storage location which were created on which is relevant for the EWM will be assigned to the warehouse number. Okay, these two storage locations, as I told you, minimum these two storage locations will be there if you have the EWM managed uh, warehouses. Then
Rohit, these paths are available in the document or somewhere like
this one.
yeah, these paths SPR you are showing like plant and these things. So it is available somewhere like because it's too fast. Practice I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have one documents, configuration documents details somewhere we
Okay.
provided. Basic config documents are there. In PPT somewhere we attached Word document is there. Okay. So what are the settings required for the EWM, and it is there. It is there. might be, I think, ERP managed or someone PPT. We have that document. Yeah, we'll have that all the steps from in the ECP ERP system. What are the steps required, and the EWM system, what are the steps required?
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have that. Okay. Once we go through this, I will just show all the basic settings which is required of to, at least in ERP system side, what are the settings is required. And these all the settings will be done by the functional person. Okay, but you must know, at least from the learning point of view, what are the settings it is done, and how the mapping of the things will be done into the ERP system. Yeah, and then technical point of view, once the mapping of these settings is done, based on this mapping, ERP system automatically triggers your inbound delivery to the uh, EWM system. Yeah, so you must know the settings. If something someone says, yeah, was not getting why this inbound delivery is not triggering to the EWM system, you will just try to see once directly by, instead of debugging it by reading the errors, or you can just see the what are the settings, whether required settings are defined for that or not. Okay, then we'll have the EWM architecture. You can see for the decentralized uh, system, if you have, then all the body activation and the master data will be sent. You can see here whatever the master data is there in the ERP master data will be transferred into the EWM system, and that will come like here. We can see the master data will be here product in the EWM system. Material is product, and then customer, vendor, these will be considered as a business partner. Yeah, into the EWM system as a locations. Then plant, business partner, and the shipping point is supply chain unit number unit. It will be uh, considered in the EWM system. Then you'll have this transactional data. Again, as I told you, you need to do some standard body activation to do this, and then it will be done everything through the QRFCs, and the master data will be done through your uh, baddies, sorry, idocs. Okay, SAP has provided some BD90, you might know, right? This we'll have the based on the logical systems, it will be transferred through the idocs, BD9 to or BD10, this standard transaction to transfer the master data to the EWM system based on the your whatever the logical system is going to be created for that EWM system, and the transactional data will be transferred to the QRFCs. Okay, any this we will see into detail, guys, going forward. When we see the topic master data and ERP integration of the delivery into the ERP, that time we'll see into the details from the technical point of view. I'm not going to show you like we'll just give one example, but technically how the data is getting going to transfer, that I will going to show you.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Then you can see this is the organization structure in the EWM. Will have you'll have the some follows following elements. You can see warehouse into the EWM, see the highest entity. You'll have the warehouse number, and against the warehouse number, each and every activity will be done into the EWM system. Okay, into the one EWM system, you can have the multiple warehouse created, and yep. So all the subsequent activity will be done for that particular warehouse. Then you will have the second entity as a storage type, as I show you the layout. You can see, sorry, this is a warehouse, and in the warehouse you will have the different whatever. We'll have the different storage type for different activity, like a storage staging area in the layout which I shown you earlier, right? Staging area, then section, then storage bin, the activity. Then you'll have the in the storage section, then you'll have the storage bin, and inside the storage bin you'll have the your uh, cont that entity. So this is the hierarchy you'll have: warehouse, storage type, storage sections. Then inside the storage section you'll have the storage bin, and inside the storage bin you'll have the actual quantity what is there. And this activity area is the most important entity into the warehouse. Okay, this is the logical entity, will be defined based on the whatever the activity is you are going to do into that particular area, or into that particular aisle sections, whatever it is you are going to have. Whether you are going to do the put away activity, or you are going to do the picking activity, or you are going to do the any physical inventory activity. So whatever activity you are going to do, so for that you'll have to define the one activity area. Based on this activity area, you will be going to assign the assignment, managing the resource and assigning the task particular picking activity, or put away any that particular activity to the particular operator. Okay, so based on this activity area only it will be decided. So which activity will be handled inside the which activity area, and which should be given to the which resource. So activity area is most important entity to perform the any activity into the warehouse. Yeah, it will determine the queues, and based on the queues it will the resource will be determined. So that resource particular will just take out the device and see based on yeah, today I got this activity to do into the warehouse. So operator will just do that activity particularly into that particular section or into that particular area. So in one activity area can we have different storage location from different storage type. Yeah, it's have the, or you can define the activity area into the same storage location for different storage section or same storage section. So it depends on the business complexity and the business requirement. Functional people will decide it, or the which how the activity areas has to be defined. Okay, so this is you can see the, it will be four number, the warehouse number will be in EWM system will be the 4 digit, and ECC system it will be the 3 digit, the digits of the warehouse number. Yeah, and you'll have the storage type should be with the maximum 4 digit. Then storage section should be the 4 digit. And again, storage section is not mandatory into the to be defined into the EWM system. You can see here directly storage section is not required. You can directly have the storage type and storage bin. This is the optional things SAP has provided. Sometime just it has a simple storage type which doesn't require the storage sections. What storage section does, if you have the storage type and inside the storage type you might to assign some section to move do the fast moving stock, and to handle some in some area handle the slow moving stock. So in that case you will have the option to define the storage section. And but if you don't have that such a requirement, in that case it is optional. You no need to define the storage section, you can just directly have the storage bins. So into the warehouse, these are the mandatory entities: warehouse number, activity area, storage type. Then you will have the storage bin and cont. These are the some mandatory entity which you must have to run the picking, put away, or any activity into the warehouse. Okay, storage section is not a mandatory. Then storage bin can be have maximum 18 digit length of the storage bin. It will be something SAP has provided some unique uh, criteria to create the storage bin numbers, like aisle, stack, and levels. I will see detail of this one by one. Again, as I told you, storage type can be define, it is like a physical space whatever is there into the warehouse to perform some particular activities into the warehouse to, or to store the some different kind of products into the warehouse, like in the high rack, or if you have the requirement to store the bulky products like 1,000 liters, or we can have the uh, raw materials. So for that, to store different kind of stocks into the warehouse, or to perform any different kind of activity into the warehouse, so SAP has, we have to define that as a storage type. Okay, I will show you into the system. This will require a very much detailing, sir. Yeah, now you can see here in the storage type, bulk storage area, general storage area. You'll have something high rack storage area. So whatever the areas, it's there will be areas defined into the warehouse to to perform different activity, or to put the stock into the different storages. So for that, you'll have the storage. These are the different storage types SAP has provided to uh, define the storage type into the warehouses. Based on the business requirement, we need to define those storage type into the warehouses. Yeah, we can see inbound staging area, storage. These are some standard, SAP has provided the standard storage types. Mostly we used that, and if you have the some business custom requirement, then you'll also create the some custom storage types. So this is the different type of storage types which SAP has come up with. I will show you into the system also. In SPRO, this is the highest entity, and everything will be on the storage type only into the warehouse. There will be nothing more than uh, nothing will be apart from the storage type. It will not done anything into the warehouse. You can see here warehouse number, we do the warehouse number definition, and here you will have the storage type. This is the standard warehouse SAP has provided 00001. You can just see high rack storage, bulk storage, fixed bin storage. These are different storage. If you go into the detail, you will see storage type role. You can see these are the different kind of storage type roles SAP has provided. You'll have the general storage. It is, will have the blank as a, if you have the just put the stock into the bins, into the final bins. In that case, you will have this storage type role as a 0. If you have the automatic identification points, that means if you have the automated automation warehouses into the auto managed warehouses, and automation components into the warehouse, like conveyor belts, or you'll have something carousels or belts and that all. In that case, you'll have to define some identification points. That points also will be defined as a storage type and will be assigned this role, storage type. Then you'll have the peak point also, when crane has to be into automation warehouses, will be managed by all automation components, right, to take out the stocks from the warehouse and put into the staging area. So in that case, so these all the different storage type of roles will be required. Stage, yeah. Then work center, storage type as a work center. In this staging, sorry, in the staging area group, this has to be defined, one inbound staging area or outbound staging area. For that also we'll define as a one storage type. Then we'll have the work center storage type, where we need to do the different activity like consolidation, deconsolidation, VAS activity, quality inspection activity. So for that, work center is required. So for that, we'll have the storage type is required for that to perform that activity also. Again, into the warehouse, when it is comes through the doors, the stocks, again for those doors also will have the storage type. Okay, storage type will be created, and that role of the storage type will be the doors. And if you have the ad management functionality activated, for that ad management also you'll need to create the storage type first, and then for all the subsequent your ad management settings will be done there. You can see this automatic storage retrieval. If you have the VMFS material flow management system controls, in that case you'll have the storage types. One again, production supply area. If you have this production supply area to supply the products raw materials into the production line, in that case we'll have to define the storage type as a role of that storage type as a K. So but it depends on the different activity which you are going to perform into the warehouse. For that activity, SAP, in the SAP EWM system, you need to define the storage type. And based one storage type is a first entity, you have to define it. And for that storage type, based on the settings which is provided here, all these are the settings provided by SAP standard. It will be behavior accordingly based on the settings which you are going to do. Depends on the different business scenario, so different settings will be done here into the storage type level. Yeah, I will show you tomorrow all this detail level important settings which is required, at least from the technical point of view, which is are required. Yeah? If you tick mark here, based on this tick mark, all together different process will be starting to EWM system. One checkbox. Okay. So depends on all these settings, the storage type behavior and the everything will be different, will behave differently into the system. Mostly technically, once in the initially greenfield implementation, functional team might understand something from the business, might wanted something, but maybe technical functional team or they might understand something different. Based on that, they will do the settings, but based then they will face the problems technically, that this process is not happening, that process is not happening. So mostly most of the cases you'll have the issues into the storage type setting itself. But they will just ask us to do the debug, but even to tick mark this and to find out this problem, it will take a lot of problems. So you try to understand at least these settings importantly, then you'll get to know, yeah, this process happening. And then you'll see, yeah, because of this tick mark, what is the use of this tick mark. Based on this tick mark used, you'll easily understand what errors is comes there. Yeah, then at least you will have the idea. It will avoid you to do unnecessary debugging into the EWM system. Otherwise it will everything most of the code in the EWM system is written dynamically, then it will be difficult to find the root cause. It will take a lot of times. So you must understand these settings properly once. Yeah, and I think
Okay.
we'll see into the details once one setup of the system. We'll at least try to see how the basic settings we do into the system tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Rohit.
Yeah.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.